You're listening to Dude Check This Out, episode 24. We're here. It's time for Dude Check This Out. Hello. It's us. It's me. It's Noah. And over there we got Kevin.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
there
me.
you go. There he is.
I was going to wait till you introduced me. I didn't know if you wanted me to jump in.
Oh, it's
No.
good. Because we're here.
Here we are.
It's time
Yes, it is.
for Dude Check This Out.
Hey, it's us.
We're two dudes checking things out.
Check it.
It's the show. Me and Kevin been best friends for a long time.
Yep.
And there's a lot of media like comics and movies and musics and games and all sorts of stuff out there. And this show is where we take some of that stuff and we recommend it to each other.
Yep.
Because as long as me and Kevin have known each other, there is still a lot of stuff that we like as individuals that we have not shared with the other. That's the premise of the show,
Yep.
and it's time to start it.
I have a question.
What's up?
So, you know how this is Dude Check This Out?
Uh-huh.
So, I always say check it. Does that make me a DJ?
I mean, you got the headphones and the microphones, so...
Right.
I mean, I guess I got the knobs over here. So maybe that makes you an MC.
Am I an MC?
Yeah. Instead of
I
the
now?
DJ, it makes you an MC.
Oh, because I have the headphones in. So, you're the DJ.
Yeah, I'm the DJ. I
And
got
I'm-
the controls over
And
here.
I'm the MC.
You're the one laying down the rhymes.
Gotcha. So, I spit fire is what you say?
Yes, that is what you do.
All right, cool. Good to know. Now,
It's in your job description. It's on your resume.
it actually, funny you should say that. It doesn't say MC, but it does say Rapsmith.
Does it really?
It does.
Your actual resume?
Yeah, it says Kevin Land, EIT, Engineering Training, Rapsmith.
It's pretty...
Yeah.
That's
I don't know if it
some-
really helps getting
some good
engineering
credentials.
jobs, but I could be convinced.
I would assume it would help.
It's better than
Someone-
not having it on there.
Yeah, so if a potential employer sees that resume next to a guy that doesn't have that listed,
Yeah,
you're like, oh, I'm gonna go with the guy that he seems a little cooler,
Right?
like a guy I would want to have around the office.
Yeah, I also...
a professional rapsmith.
When I go into interviews, I wear a suit, obviously, a tie, coat, all that stuff, but I do pop my collar. Thoughts?
Well, that's just. I mean, that's just fashion.
I want to be cool.
I don't know what
I don't think I've ever seen a rapsmith with a collar that is not popped. I don't think I could name
I
one.
don't think they exist.
I don't either. And if they do, they're lame-os for
true.
sure.
Yes.
Okay, I just, we're starting it out. We're checking it out.
Yeah.
Check it. I'm an MC. I need a good rapper name, though, or a good MC name, right? Rapsmith. Sorry, not a rapper. I'm a rapsmith. I need a good rapsmith name. I did go onto the official ways of doing this, going online and finding like a random name generator, like
Yeah.
rapper name generator, and I put my rapsmith name generator.
Did you use the Wu-Tang one, the one that Childish Gambino used? Because that's the one I use
Oh no, I did this at
for my personal needs.
Oh, I did it at Choye, and it came out. I typed in Kevin Land, and it came out with Masta Chill.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, so I think that's who I am. MC Masta Chill,
Masta Chill.
the rapsmith.
That works out perfectly. I used the Wu-Tang one, and I typed in my name, and it came out with the Vulgar Magician,
That's pretty good.
which I like a lot.
That's pretty good.
But before I made my online persona Oozing Neon, I was for a while, because maybe I should be the Vulgar Magician.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. But I didn't know if I wanted to reflect that sentiment everywhere in my online
Persona
arena.
that you're vulgar and can do sleight of hand magic.
Yeah. Like if I was as I was on the look for a job, I didn't know if I wanted, potential employers looking me up on Facebook and going, Vulgar Magician. That's,
Wait a minute.
I don't know about that. Oozing Neon is kind of a more, not as abrasive, I
Yeah,
guess I
it's,
would say, as the Vulgar Magician.
Yeah, it's like the word I'm thinking is monotone, but that's not right. It's more like neutral,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Just using neon. I get that.
Doesn't raise any red flags, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not as cool as an MC name, because the Vulgar Magician is pretty great.
But Masta Chill.
Masta Chill. I had it on a little
Is
walkie-talkie for
so
a whole
good.
summer.
Is that Masta with an A?
With an A, yeah.
Or
M-A-S-T-A.
like a nice soft H at the end?
No,
maybe?
no H. It was M-A-S-T-A, chill, C-H-I-L.
Nice.
And I had a little walkie-talkie, and behind Masta Chill was 2 ice cubes.
That's legit.
Yeah.
That's great.
The guy's face, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Yes.
Yeah, not like actual cubes of ice, but ice cubes face. There were like 2 of them, like back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, on my walkie-talkie. We had a great artist on the team.
Oh my gosh.
Back at Choye.
That's amazing. Well, we've already proved that we're master MCs over here.
And we're hip.
And we're hip. So we know all about great music, which feeds into what we're talking about this week.
Yeah.
We're talking about some music, but also a auditory visual experience, I would say. We're talking about Vocaloids featuring Hatsune Miku.
Yeah. She is something, man. She is something else.
Yeah.
Not your everyday typical pop idol, that's for sure.
I would say it's even a simulation of such things. So Vocaloids, just kind of as a base here, Vocaloids is a music generator program. It's used to, if you don't have vocals for your song, music engineers can insert them digitally with a Vocaloid program. Originally developed by Yamaha, the Yamaha Corporation. They had some different like Vocaloid programs, but the one that has taken on the most momentum, I guess.
Yeah, the most popularity.
The most
the most
popular
one.
Yeah, the one that caught the most fire is Hatsune Miku.
Yeah.
They started the kind of anime-ification of Vocaloids.
Yeah.
Before Hatsune Miku hit the scene, their first 2 they released at the same time was Maiko and Kaito.
Mm-hmm. I also did a little research in this, so I kind of know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's the red lady.
Yep.
And the blue guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were the first 2, and then Hatsune Miku hit the scene, and with her, they decided that they were going to kind of go into this full-on like multimedia kind of like marketing this as a character, not just a music generation platform kind of thing.
It's not just a voice you can use that anyone could just use and tweak and do whatever, but this specific voice program is actually a person or a character and has personality, and she like will feature on a bunch of different people's stuff, even though anyone can technically buy her voice and use it.
Yeah, people that make the music, so it's created by Yamaha, and it's owned by a corporation called the Krypton Future Company, and that's Krypton with a C, not a K, like Superman's home planet.
Yeah, but still, I just want to make everybody aware that Miku is owned by the Kryptons. Like, it's like a corporate. That sounds like a super evil corporation, to be fair.
Krypton Future Media.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
If that doesn't scream anime at you, I just don't know what does.
Hey, I mean, it's 2018. We're living in the cyberpunk future that I don't know if we deserve, or no, that we wanted, but it's the one we deserve.
It's the one we got.
And here we are. We got Hatsune Miku. We got cyber cigarettes. We got money laundering schemes through mobile games. It's all here.
Yeah, that is true. Now that you really mention it, we are in like that kind of future, just not the cool one with robots and like Blade
like prosthetic
Runner
limbs
or, yeah.
that like people choose to get to punch hard and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just more
rad looking 80s cars that are in the future.
Yeah, we don't have retro cyberpunk. We have reality cyberpunk, which is like way lamer.
Which is interesting in its own right, but yeah, less entertaining.
Yeah, less cool vampire interesting and more like business savvy. Oh wow, how that actually exists is kind of like cool to think about. Interesting.
Yeah.
Which isn't as cool.
Less Hollywood hacker.
Yeah, I wanted like my Blade or my like Blade Runner cyberpunk future, not. I guess actually both of those are pretty sad, so I guess this one's pretty.
I mean, they're sad, but they've got an aesthetic, man.
Yeah, but the one where everyone's sad and it's always raining.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we have this aesthetic with moe anime girls
Yeah.
with Hatsune Miku. So Hatsune Miku, so she's owned by this corporation, Krypton Future Media, the cyberpunk corporation, and but so Vocaloids with Hatsune Miku and I guess Kaito and Maiko before her are very much cutesy anime, kind of incepted to be pop idols,
Right.
Kind of in the like I guess live love
Mm-hmm.
idol master kind of situation. But yeah, Hatsune Miku, she's got like a cute like little schoolgirl outfit. She's got really long, like huge long ponytails.
Yeah, unbelievably very fake long like anime hair.
Yeah, and she of course will she can change outfits and stuff depending on the artist and whatever. Because that's the thing about Hatsune Miku is that it's all fan driven. Like she is owned by Krypton Future Media. They get a lot of the licensing deals and marketing and merchandising and stuff. But all the music is fan driven. It is artists like Supercell and Michi M. What's another bigger one? Live Tune. All these kind of like artists that use a lot of Hatsune Miku in their songs and other Vocaloids, and that's where a lot of the music comes from. So that's a lot. Oh yeah, and also so they will make music videos or whatever, lots of songs, and then they also have the Miku Expo, or in Japan it's like Miku Murai, Murai, something like that. It's a Miku festival.
Okay.
Miku Expo, and they have tours, concerts where they have Miku appear live on stage in hard light projections on a specially coated glass, so she can like perform on the stage. And I went to that last month, and that was really fun. That was in Austin.
And so, because the whole thing, it's like when you get to that point, right, that Miku is supposedly, it's like she's kind of like fans, and you kind of fool yourself, or like, what am I thinking of? Like you suspend your disbelief to imagine that she's a real person, right? That you kind of like buy into the thing that she is real, and she's not just this computer program, but the whole like anime persona thing. And then you go see her in concert, even though technically all those songs were written and produced by a bunch of different people that all come together just using her voice. And then I guess the Krypton Future Company or whatever it was would pick the ones that they liked the best or thought made the best set list, and then get people to go, and then they'll play that set list for everybody.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a whole simulated pop idol experience that, you watch her videos just like you would watch, I don't know, whoever, like Taylor Swift videos, or I'm trying to think. I tried to find a similar Japanese pop idol, and I couldn't find one that really meshed or felt like it like fit as what she's trying to simulate.
Well, I mean, like, I think it's just a kind of general simulation, because like I think like the most popular pop idols, because most of the time it's like a pop idol group in Japan, and I'd say the most popular one right now is probably Perfume, which I like a lot. But
okay, I did listen to some of their songs, trying to
really
kind of because I really
Shine's a banger.
Well,
or
I really
Flash
tried to find what Miku is kind of taking the place of, right? Because she's like a virtual experience for this whole pop idol deal, right?
Right.
So I tried to find something to kind of compare it to, and they were all groups. So, and Miku was kind of like a solo act.
Yeah, which I guess like you could say that like Miku does perform solo, but she also is kind of part of a troupe.
Yeah, she has her and her crew, her friends.
Rin, Lin, Luca.
Yeah, whoever they were.
Yeah.
So it was pretty interesting to kind of see that it's not just a music thing, right? Where if you like as I kind of listened to it more and kind of tried to dig into it more, I realized that it wasn't just I really like kind of electronic music, or hey, I really like Miku's like I like kind of auto-tuning robot voice type stuff. But it's more of, hey, I really like this whole idea and experience, because since it's fan driven, it's not like she has a specific style of music that she really is into, like a lot of bands or solo artists are, right? So like if you really like, this specific band, like they have this kind of sound, and I really, really like this sound, so I love this band. Or like, hey, I love metal, and I like power metal, And so, oh yeah, I listen to these 3 or 4 artists because they're all like power metal. With Miku, since it's so fan driven, that a ton of her songs and her like kind of crew are all different.
Yeah.
So like
they all have their own styles.
Yeah, because they're made by different artists. So it's not so much of, oh, I love Miku's sound or the way that she does her music, as much as, hey, this kind of whole experience of this virtual idol thing I really like, and I think it's fun, and I want to buy into that.
Yeah.
And so it's more of who Miku kind of is and possibly represents, more so than, hey, I really like this specific kind of music. Though you can still like, have songs that you like that she kind of features on, and other songs that you think are lame or whatever.
Yeah, like you can kind of like, once you get into it deep enough, you can kind of search out like specific Miku artists that you like. Like I would say like Live Tune and Supercell are like some of like the biggest ones, and they do really cool dancey pop dance music. And while someone like Michi M, his songs are like really fun and bubbly.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of get into like the nuances of like what kind of Miku you want.
Yeah. And so that is pretty interesting that you can kind of pick and choose like the Miku that you listen to, because there are so many different artists out there that use this program that you can find the one that best fits your taste. So that like the Miku that you listen to, all the songs that you really like, someone else who also is a big fan of her might not listen to those songs and listen. So we'll obviously probably know about them, but we'll listen to a bunch of different songs, kind of like a different set, and she'll be kind of a different artist to different people depending on who listens.
Yeah.
Which is pretty interesting.
So, I don't know. Should we get a hot take, or was that it?
No, yeah. So, my personal opinion is kind of a little bit. I'll kind of recap what I just said, real small. It's a whole experience, not just a specific type of artist. So she doesn't really have her own type of music. It's much more who is using her, right? So you can kind of pick and choose what one you like and what kind of music you like. But I will say, I can't quite buy into the whole moe culture aspect,
and that's
thing.
Fine. It's not for everyone.
Yeah,
and I understand that.
And so, what kind of really got to me is I was listening to a lot of her, and I listened on YouTube, like our playlist. And so when I would be playing video games online with people like League of Legends or Overwatch or Rocket League or whatever with my friends, I would just put on my mix on YouTube and just let it go. And a lot of times Miku songs would come on, and there'd be one of them that I didn't really like, and I'd look over and it would be like, oh, I don't want to listen to this, and I would skip the song. And that happened like 2 or 3 times, I think in one night or over a few nights. And that kind of made me realize, okay, well, if I'm skipping all of her songs, then I'm not really into what she's selling.
That's fair.
Right? I also think that I'm not kind of just super poppy dance music. Isn't something that I'm really into. Or like really bubbly, fun, kind of like, I don't know, that kind of music isn't my tastes.
So you loved Age Age again, is what you're saying.
Which one is that?
That was the 4th one. I think it was the like bop.
Oh yeah.
Bop,
Oh
yeah.
wow, that was crazy. Yeah, no, I did not like that one. I mean, it was fine.
I wasn't expecting you to.
It was fine,
But I thought it was essential for the Miku
Oh
experience.
yeah. I mean, watching it, I was like, oh yeah, this is what I expected and thought was gonna happen. And I watched that one a few times. I was like, like this is okay, but I'm just not feeling it. Like this isn't for me. But the whole experience I think is really interesting and a very cool kind of like culture thing that is our cyberpunk future, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
it's
like,
definitely fascinating to watch unfold.
That instead of like our pop idols, our people who we want is like we have a computer lady singing to us. It kind of reminded me a bit of Blade Runner 2044. Is that what it was? 2049?
2049, yeah.
9? Yes. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel's in the room, everybody. Just know they just gave us the 5 and the 4. And then some thumbs up. 3 thumbs up. Wow, I'm surprised. And so how they have like the home lady, right, that would speak to you.
Yeah, Joy.
Joy, right? And so that is kind of like the same experience, but instead of being your wife, would be being like your pop idol.
Waifu.
Yeah. Yeah. So that whole thing is like really kind of interesting to think about. And there were definitely some songs that I did like, but they were much more, I like this song, and the fact that it's a computer program singing or a real lady singing with auto-tune, or just a real lady or a real dude or whoever, it doesn't matter to me. I just like this specific song.
Yeah.
And so to me, it was much more of a song by song basis of, oh, like this cool funk song I'm really into, or this like kind of like heavy rock song I'm into. And the fact that it was a Vocaloid instead of a normal person didn't really matter because I just enjoyed the music. That, and then kind of skipping some specific songs, made me realize that I'm not into the whole culture of like, hey, this is a cool anime lady that's singing to me. I'm into that. But I was much more like, oh, this is a really nice song. Okay, I want to listen to this one. And who was singing didn't really matter.
Yeah, whether it was Miku or just like whether or not it was a robot or a
person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I don't know really where to like what that means for me, like psychologically, or where I fit into all this like future robot people or whatever. But I guess a little bit was I wasn't really into it for the culture aspect as much as I was into for like solely the music aspect. And so then at that point, it didn't matter who was singing, as long as the music I found good, then I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So you wouldn't consider yourself a fan, but there are songs in the catalog that you enjoyed.
Yeah,
basically.
for sure.
Yeah.
So,
because being a fan would, I guess, require the buy-in to
the whole culture,
anime moe experience.
Culture thing. I will say there was only like one video. Was it one? Maybe there was like 2 times. There was about 2, maybe 3 times that I was like kind of uncomfortable. And it was when they really tried to make the anime ladies sexy.
Like Sweet Devil.
Yeah. Or just like, there was one that the girl in the red, right? I don't remember her name.
Maiko? Yeah, her thing is she's the sexy one.
Yeah.
Is her thing.
And so I was talking with my little brother about this, Chris, and like if you look at real life music videos, right, of a lot of women, like female artists, a lot of them will also play up their sexuality, specifically in rap music and those type of videos, right? Or like I listen to a lot of K-pop, and there's a lot of K-pop ladies that are like, hey, look at me, I'm dancing really sexy, I'm in like sexy clothes,
like the whole
all
deal.
that stuff.
Yeah.
And so in how that's shot and the cinematography and everything is meant to like draw your attention to that. But for some reason, that's okay to me. And it still makes me a little uncomfortable, but not to the point where I'm like cringing. But in whatever, there's one video where it's just that girl in the red who's dancing, and it goes through a bunch of different clothing changes and that kind of stuff. There's like 3 or 4 times in that video where they like will put the camera, and the camera will only be on her hips. And she's like, swaying her hips and dancing and doing stuff. And the camera will go, instead of, hey, this is a whole lady where you kind of look wherever, do whatever, this is like, no, like look at her hips right now. This is the only thing on screen. It's only like a second or 2. But when that happened the first time, I remember like kind of like putting my forearms up in a defensive posture and being like, I don't want any part of this. And that's when I realized like, okay, this whole culture thing isn't for me.
Yeah.
And I think there's one other time where there's like a Miku dance where she did something similar and the camera did something similar that kind of was like, hey, like, we're not, if she was just doing like cutesy dance stuff, I was like, okay, this is fine. This is okay. Oh, she's cute. This is cool. But then there's like 1 or 2 times where they're like, hey, like, look at her hips. Isn't she sexy? And I was like, okay, Mr. Producer of this video, like I know that like if this was a normal woman and this was a normal video, this wouldn't bother me as much. I still wouldn't be a little uncomfortable, but it wouldn't really bother me.
Yeah, that like lizard brain reaction.
Yeah.
Of like, oh no.
Yeah, but
I shouldn't be seeing this.
But the fact that it was like an anime lady, for some reason that really bothered me. That was like, okay, I don't.
Well, I think this actually has something to do just with like kind of the anime culture of. It's a whole can of worms, but the whole Japanese anime culture of like, so Miku's supposed to be 16, right?
Yeah.
And I'd say that's an unfortunate trope of anime of like making teenage girls seem very sexually attractive.
Yeah.
Which, like, being a fan of anime is like something you unfortunately just kind of have to push past every once in a while because it will inevitably rear its head.
Mm-hmm.
That's not saying it's okay, but it's just something that you kind of have to, like, okay, this is here.
Yeah. And
it's unfortunate, but in order to engage with the rest of this, that's something you kind of have to push past. And
yeah, and that's for a weird, like, Japanese culture thing that as an Americans we kind of look at in disgust. And I don't know if that's really our place to tell Japanese culture what's okay and what's not okay. And, like, if you look back through history, you know, girls are getting married at blah, 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 and you can kind of, like, dance around the subject. It is kind of weird and gross. And so, like, in those moments, there was just a few times that if it was, you know, an actual lady, like, so an example is Britney Spears, right?
Yeah.
When Oops, I Did It Again came out, she wasn't 18 yet. And so she was a teenager, she's like 17 or something, and she was in, like, a sexy Catholic schoolgirl uniform and doing all this sexy dancing and stuff. And when she turned 18, it was a big deal, and everyone was kind of freaking like, oh, she's 18, oh, this is crazy. And so if I think that we were really young at the time when that was happening.
Yeah, we were like in elementary school.
Yeah, so, but if that was me now and watching that video, how would I still feel the same as I was watching this Miku stuff, right? So that's that kind of whole question that made me realize my reaction to that was, okay, this whole culture thing isn't for me. Because, like, I can't seem to push past that. But it is kind of interesting to know that if it was, like, regular ladies do it all the time in music videos, right? But for some reason, because it's an anime girl, I'm, like, really against it. So I don't know what that says about me or, like, the whole culture and how I don't connect with it or what.
Yeah. And I will say I do prefer the, like, cute Miku as to the sexy Miku. Just like the, like, cute anime girl dancing, having a fun time there's something pure about that.
Yeah, and that's so the one music video that I liked the most for that specific reason is, I don't know any of their names, so maybe you can fill us in.
Sure.
But it's the one where, like, she's dancing on this big platform and there's, like, a billion people around and, like, their whole squad comes together.
Oh yeah, that's Decoder, I think.
Okay.
That's the name of that song.
That was the one that I just felt the most like, hey, look at all these anime people just having a good time.
Decorator, that's the name.
And they're dancing and they're having fun. And Miku's kind of the center of it, and this is, like, her crew, and they're like, hey, we're, like, super jazzed to be here, and this is super cool, and we're having a great time. And that one, I was like, I can kind of see the appeal here.
Yeah.
Like, in that moment, I was like, okay, I can kind of get behind this. I'm having a good time. I'm happy. They're happy. This is cool. So that's, like, one moment that I could see the appeal, and then the other one's the one that I realized that I couldn't, like, totally get involved.
Yeah. And that's fair. So that's your hot take.
Yeah. That's kind of my hot take and kind of general thoughts about the whole experience.
So with that out of the way, do you want to kind of get into, I guess, what some of your favorite tracks were out of the playlist?
Yeah, sure. So my favorite tracks definitely was Odds and Ends.
Odds and Ends
was
is
my
really
favorite
good.
one.
Odds and Ends is arguably one of the best tracks ever produced for Hatsune Miku.
And it's kind of like a Japanese kind of like rock track.
Yeah, like a J-rock, J-pop kind of thing. Yeah.
With Miku on there as the vocals. And the music video that's in it, she's kind of like in a TV for a whole bunch of it. This little robot dude like trying to carry her around. And then she like becomes, like uses all the robot parts. It becomes like kind of there for a little bit.
Yeah, it's like it's one where like Miku isn't necessarily even like the star of the show, because even like it has like live action shoots to like Supercell doing their like live performance thing, or like silhouettes of Supercell doing their thing.
And so that's where again it's kind of, that was like, oh, this, like I really actually like the song. I think it's very well produced. I like how the song flows, and the fact that it's Miku or anybody else, it doesn't matter. If that was just the vocals there added to it so well that I loved the song. And if it was Miku or whoever, it doesn't matter, because the song was really, really good. So that was probably my favorite one that was on there. I also liked Tokyo Teddy Bear.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a more like heavy, like kind of heavy rock
Yeah,
song.
kind of a more like even like with the aesthetic, because that one's by Rin, and she's kind of got like her hoodie up and stuff. I'd say it's kind of more of a like emo punk, like mid 2000s, like My Chemical Romance kind of feel to it.
Yeah, and I really liked that. I really got into that one. I thought that was super cool. And I did think it was really silly that she was like pretending to play the guitar, because I felt bad for the guy who was actually playing guitar.
But they show him.
I know they do.
At like the concerts and stuff. And like during the concerts, they will like take a break halfway through to be like, hey, and here's the band, to like give them their due.
Okay, that's cool. I just thought that it was a little silly that she came out with a guitar, and I was like, oh, poor guitar guy. She's getting all the credit in the minds of all these fans. But,
I don't know about that.
Yeah, but it was kind of cool that in like the guitar solo and stuff, her arms were moving as if she was playing rhythm guitar, not the solo. So this guy still was like, hey, she's not playing the solo, right? That guy up there is actually playing the solo.
Yeah.
They put a spotlight on him and stuff, which was cool. But it was just very, that even like the anime girl was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. He's doing that. So I thought that was cool. And then I really liked Doctor Equal Funk Beat.
Oh, yes, that's the Kaito song, right? Yeah.
Just because it was a cool, funky tune.
Yeah, that one was super cool. I actually had not heard that song until I saw it live.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, this is great. Kaito song.
Yeah, so he is kind of silly. His shoes were really weird. They're all the way up to his, just in that specific video, right?
The video on that I put in the playlist was his live performance. Yeah. And he's got these like huge, like past the knee laced up boots. They're like almost thigh highs, but for a man.
Yeah, something. So I really liked that. I thought it was a cool funk beat that I was really into. And I don't know if his whole story, if he's like a ballet dancer or something. He does a lot
of... None of them necessarily have a story.
Okay.
I mean, there's like some like, you know, like the fans can read into stuff. Like I think like I for some reason, if you Google Hatsune Miku, one of the top results says, does Miku have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
And I think if you click that result, it's usually like, she's sometimes seen with Kaito, but they're not officially dating kind of thing.
Like fan fiction, fan theory stuff or whatever. Yeah. Because I did look into this a little bit, and I think it's really funny if we're talking about just who they are, right? That they're all of them are like paired with like a fruit or like a thing or like
it's a very Japanese thing.
Like Miku's always has like a leek, right? Like that's her thing. She's always carrying around a leek. And then Ren and Lin are known to like really like bananas and oranges or something.
Yeah.
And so I just thought it was like the strangest thing that when they were coming up with ideas, okay, we need this pop idol. Cool. She has blue hair. She's really peppy and fun. She's 16, and man, she always has a leek. She's a freaking far-fetched, right? She's got that leek. She's ready to go.
Yeah, at live shows they have like the glow sticks. You'll sometimes see people with glow sticks that look like leeks.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
So, or it's like, okay, so now we need twins. Twins are cool. Or at least, maybe not twins, but people who look really similar or whatever with Ren and Lin. And like, okay, well.
They're fraternal.
Okay, cool, whatever. It's like, okay, well, what fruits do they like? They need we need one defining feature for each of them to really segregate them from everybody else. Well, Lin loves bananas. Cool. Great. What about Ren then? How about oranges? All right, cool. Write that down. Make sure everybody knows. So
I think that's also just a very Japanese thing of like introducing characters, of like adding these like tiny details that like ultimately don't really matter a lot. That's why you always see like in anime, they're like, oh, it's this person. They're this old. Their blood type is this.
Yeah.
That's like just a very Japanese thing.
Yeah, because I guess that's true. Because in like a lot of anime, when they like introduce themselves, they're like, this is who I am. I'm in this class. Blood type this. Like, it's nice to meet everybody. I'm like, I didn't need to know your blood type.
I think also because like in Japanese culture, blood type is significant of like personality traits.
Oh, really?
Is why it's like having a zodiac sign in America.
Okay.
Basically.
Well, I don't know my blood type. I do know my zodiac sign though. I'm a Gemini out there for everybody who wants to know. Hey, hit me up.
I am O positive. I don't know what that means. Personality wise.
O positive, you're the best.
But I can.
Hey.
That means so much.
You're welcome.
I do know that means like medically, I can help a lot of people.
Yeah.
With my donating blood.
You are the universal donor.
Yeah. But yeah, so Rin and Rin, they're bananas and oranges, huh?
Or something like that. I don't remember what, but I remember looking it up online to try to get my head around the characters, and that was like, it went through like all of them have like favorite fruits or something that they're constantly seen with, like a leek or whatever. So I don't remember all of the other ones, but it was like, and in the vegetable video, like that super meme video, vegetable juice,
yeah,
they have Rin and Lin are like holding their respective fruits and freaking out. And I will say, I didn't think the whole Vocaloid thing with the characters and stuff was gonna get super memey. But once the meme was there, I realized like that eventually it would come to that.
Yeah,
right?
I mean it's very internet culture.
Yeah.
Just as it is, so memes would inevitably happen.
Yeah. So I didn't realize that we would get there, but I knew it was an inevitability.
Yeah.
That once I saw, I was like, oh yeah, okay, this
also,
makes sense.
Weird thing about Popey Po is that the Ubisoft music game Just Dance. As the only that song Popey Po is featured in, I think, like the 2017 installment of Just Dance. No other Hatsune Miku songs, just Popey Po.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's those are my favorite ones. And then the last one I had was Leah.
Oh yeah, the Luca song.
Yeah,
the one where she's playing guitar.
Yeah.
That one's another really heavy one.
Yeah, and so that's the kind of thing of I wasn't super big into the big like pop songs, but ones that kind of deviated away from that and just used the Vocaloids as a means to the end of for a different type of music that they wanted, that I was more inclined to. Just the music in general I could get behind, but the whole pop stuff I wasn't really into. That's
okay. Yeah, there's a lot of that on here.
Yeah.
So you didn't even like Tell Your World?
Oh, that's the Anamanaguchi one?
No, that one's just Miku.
Oh, okay.
Tell Your World's like the second to last one. It is like really kind of big and solid. I don't know. That's like the first Miku song I heard, and that's still like one of my favorites.
Gotcha. I'll have to go back and listen to it. I mean, there were plenty that I still liked that I thought were good, but the ones I picked are the ones that really stood out to me as like, oh, I could like ones that I would put on a playlist and want to listen to more and more. So I'll have to go back and listen to it. I'm sure I liked it.
So again, Age Age again. You
know,
I'm sure you loved that one.
I mean, it was fine.
That one is like definitely probably the most bubbly of all of them that I put on there.
Yeah, and it was super cute, right? Miku looked super cute in that one. But that just as I was watching it, my eyes was kind of glazed over, and I was like, all right, I know what this is. I get why people are into this.
Yeah,
it's just not for me.
Oh man, I also like. I guess like for the performance of it, Ren and Lin's song "Remote Control."
Oh, is that the one? Is that the one? The live one?
Yeah, the one where they're both dancing together. Yeah.
That was the one that made me start to kind of question the kind of the technology behind it, what was capable and what they're really capable of.
Because they're like inserting a bunch of graphics in there as they're dancing around in the glass. Yeah.
So I thought that looked cool. I do think that the whole experience of watching them dance and be up there as holograms is really interesting and cool. So I think the live performances are like a very cool, unique experience.
Nice. I would say one of my favorite songs that we haven't talked about yet that I think is like a really good Vocaloid song, but also just like a really well-produced song was Luca's Just Be Friends.
Yeah. Okay, that one, the music video for that was really cool.
Yeah.
And that song was really good. And so like all the songs were fine and good. And the song was produced really, really well. And that one was kind of a slower song a bit.
Oh, a little bit. It had a really funky chorus.
It did have a funky chorus.
That song is very danceable.
Yeah.
Which I really like.
I guess what I meant by slower wasn't like a big pop tune. Right.
Yeah.
It was a little bit different.
It wasn't like a really fast, like electronic, like bubbly Japanese pop song. Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. I did enjoy that song too. So yeah, I mean like all the different songs, it's kind of like you go like with Miku especially, you have to go kind of case by case basis because it's not just a whole general style thing.
Yeah. Were there any other songs you that come to mind?
Ones that I really, really liked or didn't like? I mean, for the most part, yeah, I said on here the ones I said super poppy stuff that I really didn't like. My first one was what is it? Agage again?
Yeah, Agage again.
Yeah, that was the one on there. I was like, I didn't like that one. So like, that was the kind of. I think overall that's pretty much all my thoughts. So we could go like song by song, but at that point I'm just saying like, yeah, that was cool, or not for me.
Yeah.
So fair. I would say if anyone is curious about Miku and the whole Vocaloid craze, I would go and listen to if you like listen to 2 or 3 songs you don't really like them, kind of keep exploring a little bit because there's a lot of different stuff out there. You might find a song or two that you really, really like.
Yeah.
Just because all the different artists that are using her.
Yeah, I tried the playlist that we posted to our YouTube page. I tried to have a good variety of stuff.
And there was definitely.
I like plenty of danceable stuff, plenty of like, bubblegum pop songs, some heavy rock stuff. I thought Streaming Heart especially was like some like nice heavy rock stuff, and the music video for that is like gory in some places.
Yeah, I thought it looked like an AMV or whatever the thing is supposed to be called.
Also Black Rock Shooter as gets some real like middle school weeb vibes from Black Rock Shooter. And then I also like I tried to construct it kind of as a concert experience for your listening pleasure. But yeah, I guess if you want to check out Miku, there's that. I think I put together a nice sampling here. But yeah, also if you just kind of listen to a couple and you don't like it, maybe it's an acquired taste, let's say.
Yeah, and I just think that if you listen, you make sure you listen to enough variety of different songs to know that, there's probably a Miku song out there that is for you. But if you listen to like 4 or 5 Miku songs and you're not really into it, then it's probably the culture thing instead of like a music thing.
Yeah. Because like I like initially when I saw like Miku stuff, I didn't understand it really, and I was like, oh, this is kind of like weird. And I also initially didn't really like the robot sounding vocals.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was kind of weird. But I then got Step Mania for PC, which is like DDR but on your keyboard thing. And a lot of the best songs I could find on there were Vocaloid tracks, and then it really started to grow on me. To the point where now I have the most recent Project Diva Future Tone game for PS4 that I enjoy playing.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thank you.
You just got to own that, dude. Just own it.
I love the cute anime like aesthetic.
Yeah, cute anime girls, man.
I watch an anime about horse girls who just want to do their best.
You do. And there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, as long as I keep that to myself.
There's a good way to enjoy the whole moe aspect, and then there's a bad way to enjoy it. And I think you enjoy it in a good way. It's you can enjoy that healthily, and you can enjoy that in an unhealthy way. But I don't think that you're doing that, and I think it's fine.
They're just pure, and I want them to be happy.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So, ratings?
Yeah, sure.
Ratings.
Well, before we get that, I just have like one or two questions.
Let's get some last thoughts.
Yeah, I kind of want to ask you. So, kind of as an outsider looking in, right? So, like, if the music was like the whole culture thing, if the music was just a normal person, would you be into it, or is it kind of the whole culture aspect of it, the fact that it is a robot singing, that kind of makes it for you?
I would say that I would probably still like the music. I like the music as it is itself. I would listen to it, just like a video playing, but like not necessarily looking at it, and still have a good time listening to it. But I would say that a big part, I would not enjoy it as much if it were not for the robot anime ladies.
Gotcha.
That's definitely a big part of my enjoyment of it. There's a charm to that, I would say.
And that kind of whole idea.
Yeah, and the robot vocals, like I didn't like it at first, but it eventually grew on me, and as that just kind of being a part for the whole thing, and also like she's singing in Japanese, so I don't understand. I don't speak Japanese, so I don't necessarily understand what is all happening there. But I think that makes it a little easier to kind of digest as a like just another instrument that is being used in the musical composition of it. So
cool.
Yeah,
I am curious, at the concert, was it mostly men or women, and was the age mostly older or younger?
So I'd say probably younger. I mean, it was a lot of young adults.
Okay.
There were also some teenagers there. I'd say it was about half and half.
Okay, cool.
Men and women. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of dudes there, just like wearing like their Miku shirts.
Yeah.
And they had their glow sticks and stuff. There's also a lot of girls there, and a decent amount of cosplayers as well, cosplaying the different Vocaloids.
That's cool.
And that was fun to see.
Yeah.
I'm sure they really enjoyed that.
Because what I was curious about is some of the specific songs I'd listened to, and I was like, okay, this aesthetic and everything screams 7-year-old girl at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, so is this actually, it feels like it's designed for that kind of age group and that aesthetic, but where does that hit to 8-year-old girls, or is that just an aesthetic that a lot of people just enjoy?
I think it's an aesthetic that a lot of people enjoy.
Okay, so that's why I was curious. That was it at the concert? Was it actually like a lot of like in America? Obviously, it's probably a little different. But do you think in Japan is it probably the same kind of grouping, or do you think it's more targeted towards younger children?
I'd say it's definitely the same kind of grouping.
Okay.
Because if you look at like a lot of the live footage,
that's why I'm asking.
Most of that footage is from concerts in Japan.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of that same like kind of young adult crowd.
Yeah.
In there.
Cool.
So.
Okay. And then my last question is I was curious about the limitations of the hologram. We kind of talked about how it's like a glass that they're projecting light onto, right, to make the holograms there.
Right.
But like when we first talked about this, like my immediate go-to thought was like, so similar to power metal, I really like how silly and like kind of ostentatious it is, that they're like, hey, this is really dumb and ridiculous, but we're really into it, so just roll with us. And I jump on board with that. So the Vocaloids, if they started like getting butterfly or angel wings and flying around, would that break the experience for you, or would that kind of like taking it over the top ridiculousness, would you enjoy that? And obviously, I guess since they can't like put glass backgrounds like all around, so they can't like literally fly over you, so they're kind of limited in what the Vocaloids can do. But even if they could do that, would you want them to?
So I would say that the kind of like we were saying, that's kind of like the simulation of the pop idol experience. And I do like that it's kind of, she's a performer and we're all there for the performer.
Yeah.
Kind of aspect of it. So I like her dancing around the stage and having a good time like that. And they do have like the effects like on stage where she'll like, dissipate into particles, or like, oh, she's being downloaded through the mainframe into the stage, like stuff like that. So there is room for fun effects like that, but kind of what you're describing with like flying around and stuff, I don't think the technology we have right now is necessarily capable of that right now, because it's just on like the glass screen that's on the stage. But if we were to get there, I wouldn't mind them playing around with that too much, but like going Super Saiyan might be a step too far.
I would love for her to go Super Saiyan. Or like just like, hey, Goku shows up and dances with them.
Yeah.
Like I'd be all on board for that.
Like if they introduce some new characters that like they introduce them as that being a thing that they do, I'd be fine with that. But if Miku,
okay,
like we've already have a standard kind of set for Miku, and if she started doing that, then that might be a little like,
kind of
okay,
break
this
the
is
illusion.
Getting a little ridiculous.
Okay. But so if they introduced a new character that's like, hey, this character is like
the Super Saiyan man. That's his thing. He goes Super Saiyan and flies around the stage. That I'd be okay with that if that's what they established for him.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, those are pretty much my questions. So we can go into ratings
Cool.
or do whatever.
All right, cool. So ratings. I put some thought into this. There's a lot of different. The Miku's a lot of crosses a lot of boundaries and stuff. I guess one of the main things she does is hologram concerts.
Yeah, she does.
So what would you give this out of? Gosh, where am I going with this?
I don't know.
Because I want to say like a holographic Tupac or like a Gorillaz.
That's where I thought you were going with that.
But the thing about it is that like I love Miku because like of the whole vibe, and there's good music in there, but like I don't necessarily feel like it's fair to be like, well, like what's this on a scale from 1 to Gorillaz? Because Gorillaz is great.
Yeah, I do like the Gorillaz. They're awesome.
But yeah, so actually no, let's go with fruits. Because they're all represented by fruits.
A lot more than you would think.
More than you would think.
More than you would think.
But I don't think there's one for a pineapple. So what would you give this on a scale from 1 to pineapple?
Man, I like pineapples.
Pineapple's real good.
Pineapples
Some would argue it's one of the best fruits.
Yeah.
Some would argue it's the best fruit.
Well, when I was in Honduras with the camp I worked at, where I was masked to chill, we were in Honduras and they would just bring us pineapples when we worked there. It was just fresh picked off the tree, and there was like no sourness to them at all. It was just sweet pineapple flavor. It's the best pineapple I've ever had.
Wow. That sounds great.
So from the whole Miku Vocaloid experience, from 1 to pineapple, I'm going to have to give it a cuties.
Like the tangerines?
Like the tangerines.
Okay.
And because they're cuties.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
That's
Miku's a
great
cutie.
rating.
Ren and Lynn are cuties. You know, the other ones are kind of taller and more like less anime cute people and like kind of like real life sexy people that might not be into as much, but the whole experience I'd say is a Clementine cutie.
Yeah. Well, I like that.
It's pretty good.
It's a good rating.
Yeah, thank you. I put a lot of thought
them
into it.
cuties. Yeah. As did I.
Yep.
So yeah, that's Hatsune Miku. Thank you everyone for listening.
Yeah, it was cool. I would
checking that out.
It's definitely, if you don't think you're into it, it's definitely worth at least like checking out enough to understand the culture that is happening in the world.
It's an interesting thing to
be aware of.
To be aware of, to behold.
Yeah.
To have and to hold.
Instead of loving to hold, but yeah. Just hold Miku close, baby. Yeah. Just hold her close.
So that was Miku.
Yep.
Do you have something for me for next week?
Actually, I do have something, but instead of that, I'm going to use one of my lifelines, Regis.
Okay.
And I would like
yes.
to phone a friend. Can I phone him?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Here we go.
It's an AT&T. Have you watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Our friends at AT&T are gonna get my good friend and roommate Daniel Mooney on the line.
Let's get him on the horn.
Yep. Here we go. Daniel?
Yeah, hey, what's up, Kevin?
Hey, Daniel. Yeah, I just got a question for you real quick. If you have, I got 30 seconds to talk to you.
Yeah, sure, what's up?
Okay, cool. Noah Stewart has asked me to give him something for Dude Check This Out, our podcast.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Big fan.
So could you recommend him and myself something for me?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, Noah, I give you Daniel Mooney. Daniel.
Hey, Noah.
What's up?
I'm Daniel Mooney. I'm a swarthy trucker cap. For my proposition is, dude, check out Frostpunk. Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I missed my cue.
Frostpunk.
I missed my cue card. Sorry.
Frostpunk is a steampunk and post-apocalyptic inspired city builder game with a very heavy moralist component. Gentlemen, my challenge to you is to play through the entirety successfully, if you can.
If you can, the entire standard campaign. Now this, you probably won't succeed on your first try, and I think that's very cool. But I want you to try and do this not from a academic point of view, not from a critical point of view, which I know you're gonna want to do because I know Kevin.
Yeah, I do like to do that.
I want you to try and look at this from a personal perspective.
Oh.
As if almost as if you are making these decisions for real people, because that's the best way to enjoy this game, and it can be very enjoyable and also pretty devastating. So good luck with that. Have fun, and Kevin, please empty the dishwasher when you get a chance. Thanks.
Right, yeah. Sorry about that. I did that this morning. I didn't know you filled it up already and ran the dishes. But
putting Kevin on blast.
I will get to that.
Live on the air.
Good sir. So Noah and I will be playing Frostpunk.
Yeah.
For next time.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I have already downloaded it and played a small amount.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about it for a long time.
Sure.
And I got to begin to grasp the concepts and how to play the game. And I was like, oh, this seems hard and kind of sad. I just turned it off.
It's definitely both hard and sad, but in the very best way.
That's kind of the whole point, right?
It really is basically the whole point. But there's triumph there too. With every challenge comes triumph, and
right.
That can be great.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's really cool. I do have one more question for you, Daniel, before we let you go off AT&T, right?
Yeah, my minutes are counting, dude. So.
Yeah. How is that whole monster thing going for you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you asked. So I actually saw somebody about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Who did you? Is it a monster expert, or is it just a normal medical condition that your family doctor can take care of?
Well, my general doctor, my general practitioner, referred me to a guy.
Okay.
I'm actually an exorcist.
Oh, wow.
Surprisingly enough. Really nice dude. I'm just trying to help me come to terms with my inner demons.
Oh, gotcha. And how's that going?
We're working on it.
You're working on it?
Elzebub is he's a cool guy.
Oh wow, you guys met, hung out. Do you guys like have like tea or something together?
We usually talk through a mirror.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I get that.
You know,
Yeah, as you do.
as you do.
Cool. So good to know. We're making progress. What's the last thing y'all talked about?
I think we were discussing politics. He wasn't a big fan.
Of
All right.
politics in general?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just,
Yeah.
he just doesn't
The
like to
very
talk
idea.
about it.
No, he wasn't a huge fan.
Gotcha. No, well, I understand that.
Well, I don't know what can be said of the window of your previous room, Kevin, but the window in here is fine, so
Yeah,
I
I
appreciate
actually
it.
have it double paned.
Yeah, just in case.
Just in case. Yeah, it's bulletproof, monster proof. It's great.
I like how you looked over to the window.
Kind of give it a little glance. Yeah, it's it's all right. It's a good window.
Yeah, it's good.
It's nice.
All right. Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah, thanks guys. See you
Yeah,
later.
I'm excited for you to hang out with us next time, chat with us, give us your thoughts. You're a well-spoken monster man, so
I don't like
good.
to let that define me though.
Being well-spoken.
You're your own person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like to be. I mean, you can be poor-spoken if you want. There are times, sure, but
Oh yeah. I mean, everybody, right? Something.
yeah, just like right now. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, that'll be Frostpunk for next time.
Yeah.
Available on Steam,
Yep.
and I believe it's just running on Windows at the moment.
Yeah. Get back to that video game life. We haven't played a video game in a while.
Yeah, not since BioShock, I think. Yes.
Yeah, I think since Infinite. Yeah.
Sweet. All
That'd
right.
be good.
So Frostpunk next time. As for his time, show's over.
We're done.
Everybody, we're packing it up.
Moving on
We're
out.
Moving on out.
Yeah, we do unpack and pack every time we come. We take an entire studio apart. It's
true.
It's pretty crazy.
It's actually
Staff
true.
of hundreds.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it crazy? You're in here right now, right? It's
Yeah.
pretty nice.
No, this is a hive of activity.
Yeah, it's hundreds of people all over. But we only hire guys named Gerald. So we have a lot of Geralds here. That way it's really easy
Every
for us.
single one of them has a different spelling though.
Oh, yeah. It's
No, the one with the G.
Yeah. So it kind of gets confusing because there's a lot of like extra letters in there.
Yeah.
Some are silent, some aren't. So, but it's easy for us because all we have to do is yell Gerald and they'll do their jobs and head over. So it's nice.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice helping with the packing up and moving out of the
Moving on
podcast.
out. Here we go.
This is what we're doing right now. You better get over here, Gerald, and help me with this stand over here.
Gerald.
Jeez, Gerald. Worst. All right. That's it. Thanks, everybody, for listening. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Otherwise, it's
Check one.
yeah. You got to get that thing like up, like almost in
check,
your mouth.
Check
there
one,
it
two.
is. You want to hear?
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
So like if you so you can hear me right now, right? You
I
hear me
can,
pretty
yes.
well? And then if I like turn to the side, you see how it's kind of bad.
Check 1.
But if you keep it,
Yeah. Okay.
you see that?
Got it.
And then the difference between keeping like almost touching your mouth to kind of like
Whoa.
out here.
Whoa. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, you could have kept them on board.
We're gonna cut this in post, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Hell no, we don't cut anything.
Doing it live.
Yeah.
All right.